So what's coming next in Brawl Stars? When's the next update? When is global? We get into all of that and more right now. Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today we are going to be taking a look at what is coming up in the future for Brawl Stars, what to expect, and when to expect it. Now, while we're discussing this, check out this sweet gameplay right over here of me getting my Nita up to 600 trophies. My first brawler I've ever gotten to 600, mainly because I just don't have the time to play as much as a lot of people do, but got Nita to 600, and I think that she's probably one of the easiest brawlers to push, in my opinion. So if you guys are looking for an easy brawler to push, try out Nita. I mean, if I can get her to 600, you can probably do something good with her too. Now, it's been almost a month now since Brawl Stars was released on Android, and it came at a weird time. Definitely, I was not expecting it when it dropped. When they told us before it launched, I was like, holy crap, I did not expect this at all. Because mainly they're going on vacation. They're on vacation right now. If you're thinking, why haven't we heard anything from the Brawl Stars team? If you don't know, Finnish law mandates that all employees take at least 4 consecutive weeks off during the summer months. That means that you have to be gone from work and you can't come back for any days for 4 straight weeks. I want to move to Finland. So right now they're on vacation, and they should be getting back about the 1st of August, right around there. I don't know exactly when they left, but I think it's around July the 1st, so August the 1st is when they should come back. And the question is, what do we expect when we come back? Is global going to happen like right when they come back, or are there some things that they need to fix? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So first, let's take a look at how the Brawl Stars team normally reacts to each update. So they put out an update, and they take all this information that they've gathered from the creators, from their team, from you guys, and they sit down and they're like, okay, how have we done on this update? What works and what doesn't? And they'll formulate a plan of where they're moving forward from there. One of those things that they ask themselves during those meetings is this game ready for global yet? And that's why every time you've seen Ryan, he's always has said, you know, we haven't made that decision yet. We're not ready to go global yet. Stuff like that, because they've talked to the team and they're like, nah, we're just not quite there yet. Whether that's because of numbers or whether that's because they just feel like the game still needs more, it varies. Maybe it's a combination of them, but that's how they decide on each update what they're working on and their decisions moving forward. So what I expect is when the Brawl Stars team gets back from their vacation, they'll sit down and they'll have a big meeting because they're going to have a month's worth of data that they've collected, all the new Android players coming in, and as well as new iOS players from the new soft launch countries as well. So they're going to have a bunch of data that's going to give them a clear indication of how their game is doing. I'm sure they'll be looking at the normal things like retention and how much money people are spending, but they'll also probably look at a lot of the feedback that they've gotten, and they'll decide, okay, so what's missing from the game right now that really needs to be there before we can truly make a decision on what is global, if this game is ready to go global or not. So my question to you right now, scroll down, put in the comments down below, is what do you think that the game is lacking right now that would prevent the game from going global? Or what does the game really truly need before it goes global? My answer is, I don't think it needs a whole bunch, honestly. I truly think it's just mainly quality of life features that the game really needs. You know, bug fixes, some balance changes. Yeah, Poco, you need to be nerfed. And they'll also look at, you know, are there any new features that we want to add before it goes global, which I truly don't think there's a lot that they need to add before it goes global, but there are some things like quality of life stuff like ban mail. We should have ban mail by now, so I'm sure that they're going to add that. Replays is another big thing that I know a lot of people want, and I think that that's something that may get added before global, but it's definitely not something that is absolutely needed before the game goes global. So there's a lot of different things that they're going to analyze there, and at that point they'll say, okay, if we need to do another update, it shouldn't be big. They'll probably work on that update, you know, adding any new features that they had already been working on, maybe some maps, or mainly I think quality of life features, and I think they'll probably release that update shortly after they get back, maybe a 2-3 weeks, something like that. And then if all that looks good and their data looked good before, I think at that point they'll be able to make that decision, okay, yes, we're going global, and this is when we're going to do it. Again, this is pure speculation. I do not know the answer. In fact, no one knows the answer to that question, right? No one. So if you've heard anybody say, oh, this is when the game's going global, yeah, they're lying. because nobody knows when the game is going to go global or if it even will. Ryan has been very consistent in saying we have not made that decision yet. The game is not ready for global yet. We are still working on it, so just don't believe him. So then at that point, let's say the game goes global. What do we expect after it goes global? I think after it goes global, I'm assuming that it will. Please go global. I think the big thing that they need to work on right away is adding some sort of league system. I'm not talking the league system that at the bottom of your screen where you get your rewards. Not that league system. I'm talking about a competitive kind of tournament that resets every month. I really think this would be a huge beneficial thing to the game and would add a completely second layer of competitiveness and excitement. And I think that would be really, really cool. One that's not based upon your trophies, whoever you match up against, but it's ultimately based upon your skill, how far you can go by yourself. So we'll see if something like that takes form. I really hope it does. And I think also they'll probably add like special events. I'm not talking like, a boss fight and Robo Rumble special events, although a third ticketed event, that would definitely be cool to keep things lively and mix things up. But I'm talking about like Christmas events or Halloween events where you could enter into a showdown either with tickets or with gems. And if you happen to win, then you got a custom skin that you can only get from that event, or maybe they'll just sell special skins only for that and have themes based around all the different maps. That would be really cool, and I think a lot of people would really dig that, myself included. I'm a sucker for skins, so, just take my money. Just take my money. But I think how you new Android players have responded to the game is going to be a big indicator on how soon this game goes global, if it does. Because once the game goes global, then I think that we'll really start seeing some really creative things coming out of the team. Because right now they're working on the core of the game, the gameplay, making sure everything runs smooth and that everybody's having a good time at its base level. Once the game is global, then they can start really thinking outside the box. After they add, like the basic stuff, replays, and maybe the leagues. They'll be able to really start thinking outside the box, and I think we'll start getting some really neat things like dynamic maps and a lot of the other stuff that we've talked about in the past. So that is what is going on right now in Brawl Stars. It is a lull at the moment because the team is on vacation, but when they get back, I expect really big things to be happening. At least I hope so. Again, I don't know any of this. This is purely speculation on my part. It's a guess, but it's an educated guess. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What does the game need? What direction do you think the game is going? And when do you guys think it's going global? At the end of the day, I think my final guess of when this game is going global, and I feel pretty good about this timeline, and that would be early September. I think late August, early September is where I think we'll see kind of the sweet spot of the game going global. Cross our fingers that all the numbers look good and then everybody's having a blast in Brawl Stars, because if that happens, then welcome to Brawl Stars to the rest of the world. But that's going to wrap it up for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Lex out. All right, so hey, how'd you like the video? What? You didn't? But that was... Oh, you're a cat person. That makes more sense now. That's all right. Hey, there's probably some funny cat videos on YouTube you could find, but for here, if you want to check out some more Brawl Stars videos, those are right over there. Go check those out, or subscribe if you want or not. It's it's whatever. It's whatever.